Writing it took me a while to put the information together because I started with my heritage family tree, where I wanted to get information, more in-depth information of my ancestors.
You're watching the Spotlight Network, starring Hollywood's newsman,
And if you were just
Logan
trying to get to
Crawford.
investigators, they now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're sharing an unforgettable story of strength, resilience, and transformation. The name of the book is Woman of Valor. In a world of tradition, she forged her own destiny. It is written by a terrific author. Her name is Kurell Vidal, and she introduces us to a woman who rises from hardship and boldly shapes her own future, breaking cultural norms along the way. It is an inspiring tale of self-discovery, empowerment, and purpose that reminds us that every woman holds the power to become her own hero. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. Kurell, thank you so much for joining us here today.
You're welcome, Logan, and thank you for having me. I
It's an
appreciate it
honor to
very
have
much.
you on the show. You did such great work on this book. What inspired you to write Woman of Valor?
So I've been wanting to write about my heritage for a very long time, and so then I started compiling the information. But it was in 2017 when Hurricane Maria devastated our country that at that time there was no television available, there was no internet available. So I really started putting my book down on paper.
Give us an
What
overview
inspired
of the
me?
story. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I was going to say, give us an
So
overview of the story. Tell the folks at home what the story is about.
this story is really about the path of my grandmother, her heritage, and where it took her and where it led her, in a
About your
nutshell.
grandmother?
Yes.
Yeah. And a little bit more, and a little bit about her life. Tell us why she was such a remarkable woman.
She is someone who was really inspired to assisting others. At a certain point in time, she was called Nurse Wanga of the community because at a certain point in time, she really learned the herbal medicines from her forefathers. So at that point, she was helping others in the community to administer that kind of herbal healing to everyone. So she was called at one point Miss Wanga.
Wonderful. Wonderful. What do you hope readers learn from your book or take away from your book?
The takeaway from the book is supporting women on a whole, but all along supporting each other.
Mm.
It's about supporting human nature, human beings on a whole. Instead of trashing down, let us try to build up. When we see our brothers or our sisters need assistance, instead of trying to pull them down, we try to bring them up and encourage everyone in a community spirit sort of thing to help build your community.
Very, very important, very, very powerful message. Talk to us about the title, Woman of Valor. What do you mean by that, and why did you choose it?
Woman of Valor, it, it came to mind when I was looking for names. I said, this book should be called Woman of Valor because I am writing about someone who is very important, who was very important to me and her heritage. And growing up with my grandmother, I always consider her my hero. My in and my out, she was there. So I consider her my hero. So the reason for the name of the book is that I normally looked at my grandmother as a woman of valor.
Absolutely. What are some of the challenges that your grandmother faced during the course of her life?
So it was all about within the community spirit. And one of the most important things that she and other women faced was the area where they were being told, oh, because you're a woman, you can't do that. Or you can't do this, or you can't go there because this is a man's job to do and not a woman's job to do. That set of segregating attitude, it's like women were told their place. Women were told that they had a certain place for them. They were not classed like humans in one path. It was like, because you're a woman, you have to know your place. For instance, there is a certain area in the book where it says that one of her great aunts, started the first preschool in the community. And it was with a lot of courage and resilience that Aunt Cecile started that school. Because a lot of people tend to think that, or a lot of people tend to think that women were not supposed to be educated. And that is one of the issues they faced in the community at the time. Education of women.
Yeah.
Women were fisher women. Women were not supposed to be fisher women. Women were teachers. Women were not supposed to be educated. And that is what is the takeaway from the book. Resilience, empowerment, and courage to do the things that they did at the time.
Do you feel the message will resonate with women all around the globe or primarily with women in the Caribbean or in the West? Tell us a little bit about how you think women around the world will react to your message.
Women around the world should react to the message in the sense that empowering of women is not only for the Caribbean.
Mhm.
Empowering of women is supposed to be worldwide. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be everyone in particular. Because every country has their laws and their rules, but empowerment is still needed, especially in the women category. So
Absolutely.
this book is for the world to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it's a universal message as well, without a doubt. Have you envisioned this story as a movie, perhaps? Have you thought about that?
Yes, I have envisioned the story as a movie.
Yeah,
I
I think
have
it would be
thought
great.
about it. Yes, it would be.
Yeah, I think it'd be inspirational to women around the world. I think it would tell your grandmother's story. And I think it would show them that, it takes grit, it takes courage, it takes determination to overcome different hardships, including the barriers that society puts on women and people in general as well.
That's correct. It would. It would resonate very well with women all around the world.
Is this your first time writing a book?
Yes, it is my first time. Well, actually, it is my debut novel. And I've also written Seeds of Bravery. Seeds of Bravery has been published recently, and it also can be found on Amazon.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Wonderful. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. Um, how long did it take you to write it? What was writing it like?
Writing it took me a while to put the information together because I started with my heritage family tree, where I wanted to get information, more in-depth information of my ancestors. So it took me a while getting into my heritage and compiling the information. And then it's like I really started writing in 2017. Putting the book together was in 2024, 2025.
Amazing, amazing. It's been a good journey. I'm sure it was wonderful reliving your grandmother's life. Is she still alive? Is she still with us?
Unfortunately, she has
Mhm.
gone to the other side.
Yeah. I'm sure she'd be very proud if she could read this book that you've written about her, no doubt.
She would have been. She would have
Yeah.
been very proud of me. But I expect other people would have liked to be in my grandmother's shoes to purchase a copy of the book and read the story. Maybe they can help someone next to them to gain encouragement and to empower someone next to them in the same way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The name of the book we've been talking about today is called Woman of Valor. It is a powerful reminder that true courage often begins when we refuse to be defined by the past. Kurell, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Oh, it has been my welcome. It's my pleasure. It has been pleasurable being here today
It's
to
been a
talk
great
about
pleasure
women
having
of
you on
valor.
the show. I
Yes.
appreciate your insight, your wisdom, and your great heart. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time.
Thank you, Logan.